Greetings, Leos. This is a reading for my fire sign, Leos. Welcome to the channel Everything is Energy. My name is Faith. We are here, Leo, about to do a dark shadows read for you. We're going to just pull a couple of cards, starting with the Oracle deck Dark Mirrors. We're going to pull some Oracle cards and then a few cards from Tarot. Make this as quick as possible because we know working on ourselves and introspection and growth is a ongoing process, right? So Leos, we don't need to pull, 100 cards out here because we know we're gonna have to do this on an ongoing basis. So right now we're gonna start with 2 cards, right? See what spirit team wants you to work on the most. Leo, all these cards have been pre-shuffled and meditated on prior to pressing record for your energy and your energy alone, Leos. So my spirit team is here and we ready to roll. Let's hop right into this reading for a dark shadows read. Now, Leo, please keep in mind this is a collective dark shadows read. This is not the fairy tale type of read. This is not a love story. These readings usually cause some type of sting. Hurts a little bit, right? If it don't, then it's not resonating with you and this is not the reading for you. Now, if you like to stay tuned, I'm just warning you that this reading is meant to self-introspect, right? For we can work on ourselves and grow. If you want a love reading or something of that nature, click on my lotus flower. There are some love readings there, or we got plenty of lovely other YouTubers who has that. If you like to proceed, that being said, let's get into this and welcome to the channel. Thank you for visiting. Here we go. We got 2 cards. One is Colorless Angel, the number 10. And then today for tomorrow, number 32. Okay, Leos. With this, first of all, the number 10 in numerology and tarot is representing endings, bringing something to a close, and that nothing truly ends. We only end cycles to begin a new cycle, right? But the colorless angel is feeling empty inside, not feeling truly fulfilled. They feel like colorless, depleted, or even weakened, not seeing their true potential, or at least not going after their true potential. This is a sign of feeling empty inside, or not following one's true potential, or putting in what it takes to bring more color to your life. Colors is symbolic for whatever it is you feel passionate about, or whatever it is that you feel you're missing, whatever that emptiness feeling that you feel you're going without. So we want to be whole and complete beings, right? That's the goal. So when we're colorless angel, we're not reaching our true, at least spiritual, growth and being, because we're talking about an angel here. This is not an ancient word, the word angel. However, let's take it for what it means. So this is an angelic being, right? So we have 2 things here. A colorless angel, meaning somebody doesn't feel protected. They don't feel like, or they don't feel they deserve the protection of spirit ram, of the source, or angelic protection. We also have some Leos here who feel like the colorless angel is within them. Their true potential, reaching their higher self and their light and angelic selves inside, right? Um, Through source energy, because source energy is in every organic being. It's in every organic being. Go in, right? So maybe we don't feel like that part of ourselves is shining as bright as we would. So we feel like something's missing. We feel empty inside. So a good example of this would be one's spiritual journey, which every organic individual being has, right? So this spiritual journey is not being met. I'm missing something inside. I don't feel like I'm doing what I'm truly called or was sprung here to do, is also a possibility. Now, with the 10 representing the ending, we're being called to end this feeling, to end these thoughts, to end this th- this emptiness inside, right? Something has to change. Something has to fulfill you and bring you into your higher self, your self fulfillment. Now, with the number 32 and numerology and in tarot, we have to break this number down, right? To twos, meaning the number 32 has to be broken down to 1, right? Which is 5. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 in numerology or tarot represents change, unexpected change, change that is meant to happen and bound to happen. It represents conflict, adversity, arguments, disagreements in any aspect of life, whether it's within oneself or outside oneself and other influences. Change is prevalent, especially if you feel empty inside, especially if you feel like you lack substance, spiritual substance, substance in life and even in material life. But what this card is telling me is that we're not talking about material substance, right, Leo? Because with this card today for tomorrow, it's showing that somebody's is in an energy where they're living for today, living in today for tomorrow. What does this mean? We're not thinking beyond material or surface. We're thinking in physical realm. So we might be more focused on material substance than spiritual substance. We might be a little bit shadow in that aspect, right? We might look at material things and think those things will make us feel happy. When the truth is, the substance that's meaning, excuse me, the substance that's missing here is introspection, the type of substance that when one goes within, they discover oneself. They discover a new profound love for oneself that starts to feed them with the substance and light the light of one's spiritual being and places them on their path and their journey, the one they were meant to come here and do, right? We get distracted, especially the way society is laid out. It's laid out for a reason, and it is a lot of distractions for a reason. And those distractions usually lie in the material realm, right? In the material world. And Capricorn's energy, where we're looking our earth energy towards Capricorn, Virgo, what we're doing is we're getting so distracted with the now, the flash, the show, the money, the things, the material objects and things that are not so much serving one's spiritual growth today for tomorrow. But what we need to live for is beyond today and tomorrow. It's for the all and our even our hereafter this existence, right? So we're here to nourish our spiritual selves and grow spiritually. Live for our spiritual growth. Feed that substance you need beyond material. So this is more like a survival mode. For example, if someone is in survival, we're not talking about everybody has this example. We're using an example of a survival mode, right? So let's say I'm hungry or I'm starving. I could be stranded on an island. We're hungry and starving. So in survival mode, we're gonna do anything we can to try to survive. It's an anxiousness. It's a fight or flight right? So I got to do what I got to do, survive. I need to eat. I need to hunt. I need to eat things I never eat, or things like this, right? It's survival mode. It's bringing an instinct out of you that keeps you stuck into that energy of now, 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 living for today and tomorrow. We got to think beyond today and tomorrow. We got to get out of survival mode and enjoy life. It's meant to have joy as well. This is duality. This is polarity, meaning if one can experience suffering, pain, adversity, things that they feel is good to them or for them, then one also should be able to experience joy, happiness, and love. How do we know? Because of polarity, because of duality. See, these things exist in balance. One can't exist without the other. So there is no hate without the concept of love. What would be hate if I don't understand love? How could I know what up is if I have no concept of down? It would just be. I would just be. I can't be up or down without the concept of one or the other. They're connected, they're entangled, they're one. Right? So we're going to move on and we're going to go into the Power of the Moon Oracle deck. These energies are all going to connect, right? Because we know we're working on this and we have an ongoing process to do. So this is just one of the things we work on so that we can move on to the next thing we need to work on, because we're growing spiritually and we're not living just for today and tomorrow. We're living for our overall spiritual growth, our overall journey. That should be the goal, right? Now, coming off the top, let's see. We got the owl. A crisis will allow you to look into yourself and make an important revelation. So, when we feel in this colorless angel energy, that something definitely needs to end because I have no substance here. I feel empty inside. I'm not getting what I need here. I'm not getting proper nourishment here, right? I'm not getting any spiritual growth. I'm not on my path to higher self, a path to healing, a path to growth, inner growth, right? So when it says a crisis will allow you to look into yourself, that's how it works normally. A lot of times with most people, it takes crisis, problems, turmoil, shakeups, like this number five. This five creates change. And when one feels uncomfortable, discomfort, then one seems to want to promote that action of change. Well, there may be a crisis you're already going through. There may be a crisis coming in your path. And that crisis is happening because it's meant to happen to promote you, to push, to propel you into this change of following the path that gives you spiritual nourishment, that makes you feel more colorful inside, right? That makes you feel like you're doing what you're meant to do. And this could be in business. This could very well be in love. I probably could bet my bottom dollar on it, right? That this is in every aspect of life. Because when you do this work, it will affect all aspects of life, right? It's an individual work that needs to be done for each self and individual. It's time to start taking accountability for what it is we do that don't serve us as far as our higher self is concerned. Now, with that crisis, we just want you to know that this crisis is happening for you and not to you. It is to again help you evolve to a higher being, to help you see past today and tomorrow and see the overall picture, to have a overstanding instead of an understanding, right? Look at these things with a positive perception. Perspective is everything. And if your perspective is the glass is half full instead of half empty, then don't worry. There's rewards to that. Stay positive instead of negative. Look at things as these are things happening to you to make sure you become your best self, Leos, and make an important revelation. So, whatever's happening, remember, it's going to bring an extreme realization to yourself. You're going to have a realization of what it is you need to do to get more color in your life, to create more substance in your life, to put you on the path that serves you and that brings more happiness, joy, and contentment in your life. Moving right along to the Moonology Jet, asking the universe, what else and what other messages would you like for my Leos to know? Coming out fast is the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Remember, this is always going to connect because we do this, right? So we know the energy is staying where we want it and giving you this one overall message, letting you know that there is something happening. You might feel like it's a crisis, you might feel like it's negative. But if you change your perception, get a healthier perspective on no matter what it is that this is a duality realm. There's no way around it. Bad things are going to happen, good things are going to happen. But my perspective of those things is that each one are happening for me and not to me. In some way, there's something I'm supposed to get. I'm supposed to learn. I am supposed to see the overall picture so that it can keep me going towards my journey of growth. The original reason on why I'm here. Let's understand that the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini could mean it's coming around the time of the Gemini moon. Besides that, what it's telling you is that when this crisis take place, or this crisis, or this thing you perceive as a crisis is taking place, that's when all these answers you need are coming. It said a crisis will allow you to look into yourself and make an important revelation. That's the answers you need, and they are coming. But I promise you this, faith promise you, whatever, if you want to know where to look for those answers, where they coming from, how to find those answers, they're within. And that I promise you. So go within. Spend time to think things through, to take time in the loneliness. Take time into the quietness to go within and see what it is you really crave, what it is that you're missing, what it is that makes you feel colorful and filled inside. Going into the tarot using the gilded tarot guide, gilded tarot deck, coming off the top with 3 cards. We got the Five of Swords, the Empress, the Hermit. Okay, again, here's another 5. This is not something that can be won at all costs. This is not something you can trick or find a shortcut to. You have to go within and you got to do the work. You cannot continue to live for today for tomorrow energy in order to find your overall purpose in life, to get the substance that you need, that you feel you're missing. You can't step on others. You can't do any of those things to get here. But the answers again are within. With the Empress coming out in this reading, is showing me that you already are starting this cycle. You're already coming into an understanding that creates nourishment for yourself and eventually and ultimately for others. It's also showing me that you got everything you need to make these things happen. You just have to focus your energy and begin that cycle to where everything starts to fall in place for you, and they will. Drop any negative energy actions or things that you may have done in the past that don't promote this Empress energy. Because being the Empress is some person that understands cycles, that understands that what we put out, we get back. She's surrounded by a wheel of fortune. She knows these things and she holds a wheel. Nothing but three sixes showing you that everything we put out will get back. So keep things in your fortune. Keep the wheel in your favor by putting out nourishing, loving energy towards yourself first, which will promote you to do it towards others. And this is where you're going to find your substance. This is where you're going to find your inner nourishment. But remember and don't forget, this is an ongoing process. And with the Hermit card here, major arcana as well, two major arcanas, right? You got to always go within, spend time alone, do self introspection. This is a 24/7 job. It does not end. Now, I'm not saying meditate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What I'm saying is always understand that taking time to yourself, checking and balancing yourself is something that you're going to have to do on an ongoing basis to stay in this Empress energy, to be connected to your higher self, to stay colorful inside and filled with substance and understanding and an overstanding of what your overall journey is and your purpose here on this realm. Leos, this is not a bad reading. This is just one of the things we need to work on, right? Because there's going to be many constantly coming our way because we know we're being tested constantly to promote our spiritual growth. This is a new channel, Everything is Energy, with faith. Please like, share, and subscribe. Remember, you have to give to receive. I am giving away a free private reading. People will be notified today. This is October the 30th. How they'll be notified is because they left a comment, right? And then that comment got them selected for one of these readings. And they know that because I sent them a reply with my email, everythingisenergy18@gmail, right? And that means you've been selected for this free private reading that's via video. Just like you see me here, except it's a private video for you to keep, and you will get the details by sending me a reply to that email or sending me an email to my email that was sent to you. I do like to give away things, keep them cycling in the universe. That's what I do, so stay tuned for that. Um, Other than that, you guys have a great weekend. Be safe. Happy Halloween to you who celebrate it. And see you next month, Leos. Thank you.